NRG and Rogue. This has been a matchup that's gone back and forth. Rogue actually a winning record against NRG, one of the few teams that can say that, maybe even the only team, Turtle. Rogue seems to have the ability to rise to the top, be the best in North America when they're on their game.
Yeah, and you even heard them on the pre-show. They're always talking about Rogue. In day 3, they get a little bit shaky in the group stage, maybe in the knockout gauntlet. They don't look like their best version of themselves, but then you get into the playoff bracket, Rogue basically evolve into a different beast, James.
Yes, we'll see if that beast rears its head today. Championship Sunday, Rogue. Difficult first-round matchup, but this will be a great temperature check to see how well the squad's playing.
Yeah. Well, it's perfect time as well for Rogue. I mean, they haven't played a top 6 team until now versus NRG. I mean, they're getting thrown into the lion's den because NRG, obviously one of the best in North America. And you're seeing why here with Garrett G going for the flip reset. I think he might have gotten the wave dash. Either way, it was pretty.
No, I don't. This is a situation where First Killer's playing the flip reset. Yeah, and Garrett didn't get it. I don't think he got it.
And look,
First Killer thought he did, and you have to play that on Garrett G. Who, you know, I sing his praises all the time with the flip reset. You've got to just assume he's going to get it. And even if he did, I mean, if he did get that and gets the wave dash, he's still scoring in that situation.
Well, exactly, because the whole point of that flip reset is you get to time it when you want to. And Garrett G, from my perspective, I don't know. I feel like we're going to have to go with slow-mo. There's got to be a world and a high possibility that he did get the flip reset because it looked a little bit too speedy. But regardless, he gets to use it when he wants, James. He could either flip immediately into the ball, and First Killer, that's usually the option he's going to try to defend, or go for the fake, the mind game, and wait till the last second.
Whether he got it or not, the goal came through. NRG, solid start. Rogue going to be battling from behind. Justin right over Taroko's head. First Killer, nice touch to the corner. Turn Turo full boost as well. Solo play opportunity. Gets shut down by Garrett. All the boost gone. And the shot almost weaves its way through. Taroko gets denied. Garrett G hustling back to get the save. Rogue certainly should have scored there. That was as close as it gets.
Oh, you can already see just how close these teams are at skill, and it's going to come down to that rotation on defense for both of them. And that one was blocked out again by Garrett G, and he's on the other side for the counterattack shot off the backboard. Justin just needs to come in, but it's wide. And now we're seeing shots exchanged on both sides.
Yep. 2 close calls on both sides. NRG and Rogue threatening, but not able to put it away. This is action-packed already. Garrett G's double tap will be a rebound out to the middle, shut down by First Killer, who clears it out. First Killer going off the side. Squishy out of boost. Turn Turo. Double tap off the ceiling. No! First Killer swoops in and strikes.
And this is where First Killer is so threatening because you don't really see him when you're on defense. He hides in the shadows and then cuts off his own teammates on purpose with the communication to catch the defense off guard. They didn't expect him. They didn't see him fly across early, and you get a better shot because of it.
This is game 1. These teams wasting no time getting into this.
Well, a lot of times they're like feeling each other out, but these two, they know exactly how they want to play, and they're here.
And that kind of pays testament to both sides' ability, both sides' skill coming out, and it's a slugfest from the beginning.
I like that back pass idea to Taroko from Turo.
Double commit.
He was a bit slow, and maybe there's a chance on net. We've got a lot of pressure from Rogue, and this is, I'd say, the longest we've seen NRG be stuck in their own half. Still trying to get it clear out, and they finally managed to find it. That was a weird pinch off Taroko, and Rogue had to respond.
Good play from First Killer to win the 50, but Garrett was hunting for the pass to Squishy, who had no boost. It did not get by the Rogue defense, however. Speedy plays from both ends. First Killer trying to flick it out, but Squishy breaking up the play. Garrett, a pop. First Killer up high to Taroko. Taroko off the backboard. Justin will tap it. It was enough to slow down the attack and let an NRG defender come in and clear up the play. Now on the other end, Squishy will have the play broken up. The speed of the challenges
Oh my goodness.
in front of net it's been there for both sides.
Yeah, this is some of the most fast-paced Rocket League you're going to get to see, not only in this regional, but in quite some time. It's a rare sighting when we do see two teams play to this pace. They don't want to give up any space in the midfield, and they're utilizing all that boost they're given. And we're not seeing too many demos. It's just literally a battle of speed in the air, like here from Squishy and Garrett G in front of the shot. You can see what they're going for here, James.
Yeah, and Garrett had an option there to go for the bump and let the ball play through, or go for the touch. Went for the touch. Now the flip reset. Went for a double there for a second, but it was cleared out by Rogue. Rogue pushing this downfield. Squishy with the catch. First killer comes in for the 50. Squishy wins it. Going again. Zero boost. It pops up high. Garrett with the support. Taroko denying the backboard. And what a lovely lob. That forced Justin back. First killer bumping the defender. Garrett recovered.
Oh, no way.
Last chance. Airborne. First killer will tap it. Enough boost to get the flip reset, but he goes for the touch. Gets a demo as well. Turo will catch it. The dribble, the hand break. Couldn't keep it on his hood. And this series starting out with a bang, overtime in game one.
This is incredible. This has game 7 energy in game 1, James. I'm loving it.
This is going to be a series. Rogue and NRG have both come to play. Pass to first killer. Goes for the backboard pass now. Turo.
She missed.
A high lob. Turo gets the angle. And Rogue win game 1 in overtime.
At first, I thought this was a poor shot from Turo, but after looking at his perspective, he did that on purpose so he could go for the bump on Justin in net. It seemed like a mistake, but it was 100% planned. A 3-man passing play from Rogue, and they take first game.
And you feel like it not only, was it intentional, but it was the right call because Justin was sitting in position to get that block. And the speed that Turo was coming in, the shot would have had a velocity where Justin would have been able to save it. And so going for the touch into the demo or into the bump play was perfect. Exactly what was needed in that situation. But man, oh man, game 1 had game 7 energy, like you said, Turtle. This is already off to a hot start.
I can't believe it with the speed. And like we were saying, it's very routine to get into a series that's this long, a best of 7, where teams are kind of feeling each other out. But you can tell both of them know exactly how they want to play coming into this series. They're going for the speed. They're trying to out-mechanic each other. It's gruesome. It's gory on the field. And there's not too many demos. It's literally a game of chess because you can see how important those decisions are. Like in the last goal in OT for Rogue, if Turo doesn't go off the backboard on purpose, you're guaranteed to see a save come out from Justin, and we stay in that OT. It's one small decision like that from Turo that makes the difference for this Rogue roster.
And sometimes you have to risk it. And going for those bumps and demos when the game is played at this pace, when it's this fast, if you get out of position, then you're punished so much more.
Rogue and NRG, these are the two teams you don't want to get counterattack or give counterattack opportunities to because of that speed. They can move down the field in a matter of seconds, James, and then you're caught in no man's land.
And that's a nice fake from Squishy, popping back down to the ground, calling in Justin for help. Garrett now will get denied. Oh, that's a bad miss from Squishy, but Justin buys some time off the ceiling. Turo doesn't care. We'll get the challenge, and it bounces all the way back to the corner. Justin with the boost steal in the corner, but first killer gets the ball around him. Rocco's shot gets stopped, and Justin take his time with that one. But even in game 1, NRG forced to make so many saves. Garrett had a few plays where he was able to stand up and make huge stops.
Right.
Rogue feels like they have the edge right now.
Oh, 100%. I think that Rogue in a battle of speed, that one's wide from first killer. I thought that was going to be the first goal we've seen in game 2. But in a battle of speed, I think you do give the edge to Rogue simply because they have that first killer factor. That's not to discredit anybody on NRG. We all know what they're capable of, and maybe that's why we're seeing a couple more dribbles. Garrett G, even in this play on defense, is a bit more passive, a bit more patient. Maybe they want to slow the game down. We have seen Justin go for a few dribbles as well as squishy. That could be a strategy they're trying to implement in game 2.
We see some patience from NRG.
Oh, there it is. Exactly.
Justin! This was so smart. Look at the way he dismantles the entire Rogue squad. Ooh. First killer, the pre-jump, and when Justin saw it, he knew he had him right where he wanted him.
And when you're losing the game of speed, James, you slow it down, you hit the brakes, and you can get a couple of fakes on the pitch. Justin makes the defense, like you said, just looking silly, embarrasses them. And that's how you start game 2.
What a treat this series is. You've got players with incredible solo play potential that keeps you on your heels at all times, but also the counterattacks, the defensive plays. You're getting your money's worth with this matchup, that's for sure. Sirocco up to Turinturo. Squishy bumped him off the wall. Justin slowing it down again. The pinch sends it across the field. Garrett will take it. First killer bumping him. Garrett with the corner boost steal from Rogue. But Tarocco's up. Has Turinturo for the deflection in front of net. It's high. Rebound to Garrett. Blocked. Tarocco gets the ball hit. Counterattack opportunity. Numbers advantage for NRG. Turinturo with a massive save. The shot still coming. First killer will hit it aside.
You can see how dangerous it can be to overextend from Rogue. They barely got back in time. Turinturo had to get that save. It was one simple pass from the NRG corner all the way out to Justin, and you put a clanger on net. Somehow Rogue had somebody in position. That was Turo. Kudos to him for being in that position and having the awareness, but my goodness, it is scary when you do overextend.
And you want to go back and look at that play again if you're NRG. If Justin had enough boost and speed to get around the ball for an infield pass, because there was one pass away from being a goal. And that defender, if the pass comes through, is in an almost hopeless situation.
Right. Well, maybe the idea for NRG is to go for that one extra pass against Rogue to break it down, because it seems like the rotation on defense is too good. Right here, we get a little simple shot from Garrett G that he's going to put on pressure, but maybe you go for a pass instead, similar to how Turo did in OT in game 1.
That is not the best clear. Pinch off to the corner. First killer stealing the boost. Squishy colliding with first killer. Tarocco off the wall. Final minute. Rogue still looking for their first goal. Won't find it there. Justin pokes it to the corner, but poked it too far. Got the corner boost, however. Turinturo's out. Justin setting up a shot. Pre-flips to it, but Tarocco hits it to the side. Garrett G collecting full boost now. First killer clears downfield. It's a boomer. Justin, does he have enough boost to get there in time? He gets the challenge. Tarocco in reverse. NRG with a scrappy midfield game plan now to melt time off this clock.
Well, and they're forcing Rogue to go up very early, and then it leaves for a very easy clear from Justin. He's taking this himself, almost a 1v3 of sorts, as he's wasting more valuable time and seconds off the clock. Rogue, this has got to be their one chance. They get that final opportunity. Maybe we see a buzzer beater, but it doesn't look like we're going to see that.
Great gameplay from Justin, and a 0-second goal to finish it off. Squishy moving downfield. But Justin, he collected the ball in the corner. He got that 50, got the ceiling pass. This was the game of Justin. He took control for NRG.
Exactly. He took control, and he slowed down the pace a bit and was focusing more on the 50s, less about just simply winning the speed game, but instead he wanted to hit the brakes, get the dribbles, flicks over a couple of people on the transition. I felt like he was literally the main player on NRG who would successfully transition from defense to offense. They needed that. It was basically absent in game 1. You come out here, you're able to control the pitch, control the aspects on the field a little bit more, and that's why it looks so comfortable for NRG.
Yeah, and it just seems like this is one of those series where the star player might make all the difference. Yeah, you see that play from Justin. It was so smart. Like you said, Turtle, when a team is playing extremely fast, sometimes you slow it down. And that is exactly what Justin is able to do. And And he's one of the best at, I think, I won't say the best because I feel like Arsenal also is so good at that games, at utilizing that game plan. But Justin's, he's just one of those players that can make a difference in a series, just like a first killer. And maybe we'll see the superstar showdown in the games to come. Time will tell. Here we go, game 3.
It's a very mature decision, too, from Justin because he has the mechanics and the speed we all know him for to match some of these plays from Rogue, but it's not the most effective strategy. So for him to go for that slower pace, that's very smart, and we'll see what kind of reaction we get out of Rogue. Maybe they decide to do the exact same thing. Rocket League, and especially a series between two great teams, is a constantly evolving thing with the play styles, and you've got Toroko. I didn't think this was even possible.
Oh, this is a training shot. Toroko. He just throws it down the garbage chute right into the dumpster with perfect accuracy. I can't believe that angle, but also the back pass to set it up. It is a shame that there was no assist on that play. I think it was First Killer who back passed it. Yeah. And that's the dream situation. You know, you even dream about that kind of play on kickoff, but now on the other end, Justin will get denied. But rarely do you see that goal score in a 3v3 setting, Turtle.
Oh, absolutely, because somebody is always on the backboard and you go for a back pass, that's giving the other team so much more time to have somebody there. But with the speed Toroko came into that double tap and the height of the first touch, mostly the defense is thinking, all right, no way he gets this angle. But instead, what happens, Toroko finds that shot. It looked almost 90 degrees, and they go up 1-0. NRG, that was definitely a slap in the face after winning game 2.
Unbelievable plays, and so much credit gets paid to First Killer, so much attention. But it takes a team to succeed in Rocket League, and Toroko just reminding you that that's the case. Huge play from Toroko.
Justin, he was going for the musty. He didn't get any power on it. The timing was just a little bit off, but those are the type of plays we need to see to break down the Rogue defense. He's also on the other side, but First Killer being aggressive, a nuisance on the pitch, takes out, I believe it was Squishy, and keeps this pressure going. Maybe the double tap attempt. Things getting more and more mechanical, James.
It was, and Squishy tried to slow the play down as well, but needed to use his rear view mirror. His First Killer was coming in hot. And that's a good counter to slow plays, is instead of, trying to come in and play too fast, you just take out the player, go for the demo.
Well, and First Killer is the player who I believe goes for the most demos so far, averages the highest per game, constantly being aggressive. There's a back pass from Squishy to Justin. It wasn't too accurate, but fortunately enough for Justin, Rogue couldn't find that solid shot, and it ended up working out.
Ground pinch. Garrett committed as well. This could be bad for Justin. First Killer channeling his inner Toroko, but could not make it happen.
Well, that wasn't even as high as the angle either, so that just goes to show how difficult the original shot was.
That was honestly one of the most impressive 3v1 solo plays that I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
And it was amazing because a lot of times you see players now go for the flip reset in that situation, but Toroko made the play no one expected because that angle is so impossible to hit, dropping it straight down like that. And that goal might be the difference. We are less than 2 minutes left remaining in the game. NRG still hunting for the first goal.
You can tell that First Killer has adapted in this game. He's realized that the dribbles were destroying their defense, dismantling them. So he's being more aggressive, taking more boost. And like we mentioned earlier, getting a couple of demos. Here's Squishy, though, with some payback. Toroko was alone on defense and got the most critical touch he could to keep them still in the lead.
This is a battle that continues to rage on game after game. Squishy, off the ceiling and the backboard almost gets it. And now the breakout. Justin has 0 boost. Can he make the stop? He's wrapping around. No, he cannot. The kings of the backboard bounce Rogue come through yet again. This time, Turinturo thrusts the saber.
They are simply too consistent off the backboard. This looked like it was going to be a chance for NRG. Squishy tried to do the exact same thing, but missed the angle. and you give a counterattack opportunity to Rogue, they go off the backboard and show you how it's done.
Backward pass the demo. Garrett G had a smokescreen advantage, but couldn't make contact. Does get a demo. It's out to Squishy. Justin turning a bit. Now we'll have to bail out.
No.
Squishy off the sidewall. Can NRG make this happen in less than a minute? We'll find out. Passing play opportunity. Garrett goes straight for net. He had Squishy across the field. Now Justin on the rebound.
Oh.
Get denied. First killer came from behind. Garrett again has Squishy out in the mid. But it's well played by Rogue.
Good touch to Squishy. Oh, but the shot was so weak, Justin. He got the dunk out of the midfield, but I think Squishy double jumped instead of saving his flip, and now you've got the counterattack to Rocco. Demos Justin, first killer, the Doomsy dish. He hits it, and they get extra security.
This was quite the game for Rogue. Everyone making a play. First killer. That is a ones play as well. He sees that the defender's coming in is going to be a little bit late. The window to the near post is there. It was a perfect first touch to set that up. It is not easy to get that perfect first touch. First killer made it look routine. And we'll see one more, an own goal here for NRG. Or they get credit for it, Squishy specifically. But Rogue has the space to do that.
Oh, obviously, not planned for Rogue. Still a difficult shot to save from, I believe it was Turo. But either way, it's not going to matter. You got enough security. It's a good way to start out going to the next game for NRG. But I mean, even look at the stat lines for Rogue. Every single player had a highlight moment in this game, James. Toroko, the double tap. Turin Turo, the double tap. And then first killer also following it up after he gets that touch across the net by himself. I mean, just looking at the score line and the scoreboard here, you can see it's just so well balanced for Rogue.
Rogue, that triple threat team. And
yeah,
after seeing this game, if you're an NRG fan, you're thinking, oh no, Rogue is looking good. NRG was kept at bay. There were even situations where you think NRG will make that one pass to get the shot, and they weren't able to do it because Rogue's defense has been playing so well. And you feel that the pressure that NRG is under, and they're trying to take the shots.
Yeah.
But those backboard reads from Rogue were perfect this game.
Yeah, and you can tell that Rogue are more comfortable staying on defense because they love those counterattack opportunities when they're rushing back towards offense after holding it down on defense. That's when the backboard is the most vulnerable for NRG because nobody is rotating in time. They overextended. Garrett G, though, starts this game off strong. He's been doing a lot of solo plays, and he gets another.
NRG continues to find success throwing it down, or slowing it down, rather. And you see first waiting and waiting and waiting, thinking Garrett might flick it. And then first killer just runs out of real estate. Garrett G with the 50 through. Great composure from Garrett G. First killer with the demo on Squishy. Turn to Toroko in the mid. Pinch play.
Toroko.
Team pinch from Rogue.
Just comparing the two offenses. You got a solo play from NRG, but then Rogue pull out this nasty team pass play where Turo carries it from the corner out to the middle. Rogue, you get extra power too because you're coming in with that last touch, the air dribble from Turo. It's not just one basic touch in the midfield, it's consecutive hits to gain more and more momentum.
In that situation as well. Oh, wait a second. Okay, Justin does have the backward play.
We saw the double tap.
Turtle, it's so easy in those plays where you're trying to air dribble it to a teammate to put it out of reach for them last second with that extra touch. But the way that was done, by Turin Turo is he was hitting it so that it was directly going at him.
Yeah.
You're just increasing the pace of the ball, heading right to where your teammate thinks the ball is already going. So you're going to be able to get a nice touch. That was really well done by Rogue.
Well, and the communication has got to be perfect as well because you're going in for that air dribble pass out to the midfield, and we mentioned the couple extra touches. A lot of times these teams, when you're in these high-pressure situations, you don't know how many touches your teammate's going to get if you're waiting in the midfield. So the communication must have been spot on, and Rogue still continue their attack from that previous air dribble.
Field pass again. Chip off the backboard. Garrett will get up in time. Garrett staying in the play, trying to challenge the ball through, force a rebound. Justin will tap it high, gives up possession though. Taroko to turn Turo. First killer hunting, waiting for his chance to jump in. Lets Garrett get the hit and gets bumped in the corner. Used up a lot of boost there. Now we'll have to retreat. Squishy taking over.
Oh, what's he got?
In the air, flip reset. Squishy.
Oh, he didn't get it.
You think if he had that too, he might have been able to slip that under the defender there.
100%. If Squishy does get that flip reset, he could have easily gotten a wave dash similar to how we saw Garrett G start out game one, or at least I believe it was a wave dash. But there's a pinch off the crossbar. NRG are put in these very, very sticky situations, but somehow they have climbed out of it. They're managing to get on offense, not for too long, but the defense is prevailing, and that's all that matters against a team like Rogue with the plays we've seen as well. Here we go. Rogue trying to carry it down through the midfield. Turo wins that challenge, and we've seen that a lot. Common pattern for Rogue has been their speed. That's why NRG have been forced to slow things down. Garrett G now takes the corner boost. This could lead to something, James. A nice little attack here for NRG.
And this feels like one of those games where NRG has to step up. Rogue have been playing so well. That 3-1 game advantage. Oh, the double tap would have been wide anyway.
You could see what NRG were going for. Garrett G was on the backboard, and he faked the touch to let Squishy go for the double tap. As he's going for another one there off the backboard, there just isn't the same amount of space on Rogue's half as there is on NRG's on the backboard, James. You can tell why the double taps have been effective for Rogue. The defense just not as good with that backboard.
This is a close matchup, a close series. Rogue, they're looking in champion form right now. Garrett throwing it towards the middle. He knew Squishy was upfield. Squishy, first touch. Garrett getting bumped in the middle. Justin far back. Now coming in for the 50. Gets the corner boost steal. Garrett.
There's Garrett.
Towards net. First killer. We'll hit it off to the side. A demo from Garrett. Rogue standing up to the pressure so far. Backboard pass. Garrett gets beat to the ball and it pinches hard off the wall.
Taroko!
Off the backboard. Taroko within inches of taking the lead for Rogue.
Oh my goodness. Taroko was so speedy in the midfield. She had no chance of even finding a 50. This has been a very difficult, I'd say, for both teams. NRG are utilizing the backboard a lot, but it's not working. Maybe this one slips in front. Garrett G wasn't in position, and Rogue carried out.
Demos galore now. NRG getting aggressive. Resorting to violence. Corner pass. First killer tips it down. Justin has to be careful here. First killer out of boost. Snags the corner. Justin will stay in the play. Hunting for a 50.
Here we go.
Hits the 50 out to the middle. No one's there for
Squishy's
NRG.
not there.
And Squishy jumping on the play at the perfect time to break it up. Garrett.
Oh, and he got a bump.
Shot. Flip reset. Race into the ball. Hit off to the side. Justin can't keep the play alive. Overtime. Rogue, a chance to move to match point.
That was almost a disaster. Squishy was not in the right position, but then he made up for it and got a bump. NRG, it looked like they had signs of life going into OT. Maybe a buzzer beater, but Rogue, they still stand out strong on defense. And we've got another OT, and like you said, you don't want to get Rogue on match point. They already have all the momentum in the series. Feels like a must-win for NRG.
50 open space. Taroko gets there first. Justin plays the hit, and it's out in the middle. Squishy off the bounce. To Justin. Justin will get blocked by Turo. First killer couldn't get the pinch, but the ball stays close. Out of boost. Squishy. And first trying to get the bump on Garrett. Garrett hitting Turo off the way. Flick towards net. Forces Taroko, hit it to the corner. Now Justin gets the block. Ball bouncing out. Doesn't make contact. Taroko to the middle of the field. Garrett a lob towards net. Turo was there. Now Justin off the ceiling, off the backboard. Passes it across net.
That was terrifying. Justin, I thought he had the recovery for a second there. You could see he landed on the backboard. There's been more physical plays from NRG. Maybe a 1v1 from Squishy, but he doesn't have any boost, though, to follow it up. And Garrett G is left with that chance off the backboard. Still not good enough. There have been no double tap attempts granted from this Rogue defense.
NRG keeps throwing the ball towards net, trying to keep Rogue empty in the boost tanks. A nice bump from Garrett at the midfield. It's a breakout play. Garrett couldn't get the pass over to Squishy, but Squishy still gets the corner boost. The boost is non-existent for Rogue. Justin can't make the play, but still pressure mounting in Rogue's half. Backboard pass. Squishy will get denied. Justin, air dribble. Oh, he's got his flip going for the push towards net. Squishy off the ceiling. Taroko will finally clear this out and get some breathing room for Rogue.
Oh, you can see the slow play coming out from Garrett G. Wants to waste that boost, bait in a couple of defenders and try to get a counterattack. What created a lot of this space. Turo is there, and Rogue, this is the first time we've seen them really on the offensive half, all OT, and you can see the chances already starting to flourish for him, but here we get a counterattack. We have seen an NRG that seems to be more confident. The demos, the physical plays, backboard double taps, now into the midfield from Justin. It's all connecting for NRG. They look the best we've seen all series long.
They are certainly in control of this overtime so far. The late pass.
Oh!
Squishy! Fortune goes NRG's way, and they win this one in overtime.
And Squishy wasn't even going for the shot. He tried to get the midfield pass. It bounced off the defender who expected a stronger hit. Rogue, that is so painful. You can even see it on the face cams. That one, absolutely the worst way to go out in OT.
And you know what he was trying to do? They were trying to break up the pass because there was an attacker for NRG right there, ready to put that pass into the net. And this was a crazy game. First killer had 7 saves. Taroko 4 saves. Turo 4 saves. Taroko 2 saves.
Yeah.
NRG, they knew that this game was that turning point in a series.
Absolutely.
If NRG was going to come back, they had to win this one, and they did it.
And NRG had double the shots of Rogue, which at the beginning of the series, even in the game that NRG won, it didn't feel that one-sided. But in that game alone, you could tell not only with the shot differential, but just possession. NRG were starving them with boost. The physical plays were much more present on the field for NRG. They have had to adapt. They found an answer against Rogue, and it is working. Squishy Muffins didn't even try to go for that shot, but the pressure, it collapsed on Rogue and forced a goal in OT.
But even in that game where NRG looked to have the edge, it went to overtime. It was so close.
Exactly.
This matchup, it is a joy to see.
It's a classic. It's a classic with the speed, the mechanics that both teams can bring to the field. It is truly, it's a treat to watch it, James. We're getting spoiled.
And it's perhaps one of the best growing rivalries in North America. Rogue and NRG.
Well, and you can see why it is a rivalry. I mean, even in the last 4 series, they've been exchanging wins back and forth, constantly staying within each other's, I'd say, reach of getting a win. It's been very difficult, but slowly these teams have been able to adapt in the series, and that's why we get these it's not one-sided. It's so even. You know, James, Rogue look like they're going to just start taking the series momentum and win this out going to match point, but then NRG, they get a response, and now things have shifted in their favor.
Yeah, they're certainly pushing each other to be better. Now a chance for Squishy, and that's a weak hit. Garrett finds the midfield boost, double tap ball. Garrett will get denied. Great defense from Taroko.
He's been doing that all series long too, Taroko. He finds a way to get in front of the shot. Even here, he gets to clear out. It's a bit predictable to Garrett G, but it's okay because he got first killer who comes in and takes the mid boost. That's what allowed to get the second touch, but it's not enough. Rogue, they have to deal with this NRG midfield defense, which seems to be impossible to pass.
NRG keeping this ball high above Rogue's backboard, slowing him down, and they have annexed the Rogue half. You even saw it in overtime of the last game, but that double commit plus the challenge when first killer breaking out. And the back pass from Rogue. That's
Garrett
treated
G's
them
getting
kindly
aggressive,
this series.
Garrett G looks a little bit like First Killer on Rogue, or on NRG, excuse me. As he gets the save, there's a little glimpse. And Garrett G, while he does look defensive here, he has been aggressive. Demos taking the boost. Very aggressive rotation. There he is getting one demo, takes the midfield boost, and now he's on the other side looking to make and wreak havoc.
And that was good of Squishy. Giving NRG that shooting opportunity, faked the flick, and instead brought it up the wall and got a nice challenge where he didn't jump and gave Garrett a chance. But you're right, Garrett G kind of fit in that same role as First Killer did last game. First had 7 saves. And now the net looked open, but Garrett G was able to get back in time. And no boost. Rogue taking their turn, starving NRG. Justin with another quality challenge. Squishy will pop it up. Miscommunication from NRG.
Oh no, double tap, First Killer.
First Killer. Oh my, how did that not go in?
First Killer saved it on the way out. The pass connected. First Killer double tap. It went right to his teammate, but he was rotating out and saved the play that he himself had set up. That is another painful moment for Rogue.
In pain. That is pain. I mean, you do so
Nothing
much
but
work.
pain.
You get the chance, and then I was getting ready to call the goal.
Oh yeah. I thought it was 100% in. I was like, there's no way. A double commit from NRG. First Killer then goes for the double tap. He connects on the pass. This has got to go in. But the worst case scenario, he saves his own setup.
Oh my! NRG marched down the field, and Garrett G, the flip, he went for the flipper. He said didn't even need to use it, but got in the way. And the loose ball in front of net proved to be fatal for Rogue.
And he was just so efficient with that boost, managing to stay in front of the ball. I don't even know if he got the flip reset like you said. He went for it, but at the end, it didn't matter. He's putting another banger towards the other side. This one's Squishy. Look at the passes connecting for NRG.
What a boom from Justin, and then Squishy far post. Perfect shot.
Wow.
NRG, they found their footing last game, and now they're digging their heels in, Turtle.
And that's got to feel so good for Squishy because he was the main problem from the defense for going for a couple of double commits. It was him and Garrett G. They both looked a bit disorientated, but Squishy was able to put one of the best shots we have seen just because of the sheer power. Maybe a double tap. Squishy couldn't get the save. This is ridiculous from First Killer.
He almost scores on the ground double tap right there. First Killer refusing to lay down.
It looks like he's playing basketball. He's dribbling it on the field from above. That is insane.
And this is a numbers advantage for Rogue. First Killer zooming in. Taroko gets the bump. And Garrett G will clear it out. Can't get the double tap. Justin with space in the midfield right towards net. Taroko will turn it aside.
Oh, such a smart play. Squishy.
First Killer let it get away from him.
You saw Squishy there go for the fake in the corner, and that's what let him go for a better challenge. Very smart decisions from NRG. They've been able to move down the field, transition perfectly. But still, there is only one goal separating these two teams. 12 seconds left. Rogue, with the mechanics we saw from First Killer, the double taps from Taroko. Anything is possible.
Garrett, the 50. First Killer to the corner. Can't keep the ball up in the air. And NRG, hold on. What a series it's been so far.
I cannot believe, I'm out of breath almost. Like, we're not even in game 7. We are finally reaching match point. You thought it was going to be Rogue who managed to get there first, but it's NRG. They have time and time again adapted, figured things out, and we just got word now that there is a timeout going to be called for Rogue, and they've got to figure out a lot of these issues, James.
Yeah, they certainly do. And you got Corrupted G, the coach, trying to rally his team. And this was a frustrating game because you even think back, First Killer had such a good double tap play, and then a bit of misfortune. He's just falling, and the shot comes in and hits him when he's falling. And
that could have been the difference maker. That's in my mind.
And then even thinking back to game one, Turtle, you said this has game 7 energy. Well, imagine what game 7's going to look like if Rogue can pull off the win here.
Oh my goodness. I have no preference. I just want to see a game 7. That's really all I care about, because every single game so far has felt like it. Like you said, we can only imagine what it'll be like when we get to that point. But Rogue, if we want to see that, they're going to have to respond and figure out some of those issues. It doesn't even feel like there's a lot of painfully obvious issues. It was just an unfortunate save from First Killer when he's rotating out. That was it.
And sometimes in a series, Turtle, in any competition, you need to get a little bit lucky to go the distance. And it seems like NRG has had those moments where fate has been in their favor. You think back a couple own goals, the passes into the middle, and even there with First Killer falling in front of the ball, sometimes things just go your way, and it has been for NRG. But for every winner, there's also a loser. The loser's been Rogue in that department. And that can be one of those factors where you need to just battle through it mentally.
Exactly.
And that's where a coach is going to come in. Corrupted G, former competitor, former world championship player. We'll see if his words of wisdom have helped Rogue, or if NRG will close it out here. Game 6 on Neo Tokyo. Will this be settled in the streets? Squishy up against first. Justin tipping to the corner and grab the mid boost. Boost advantage early. Demo as well. Garrett
double demo.
For the solo play.
What is going on?
Weaving around. No, that was a chess match playing out right in front of us.
What on earth? Taroko was last back. There were 2 demos from NRG, but then one did come out from Rogue. It seemed like everybody had left the field besides the 1v1 players themselves. And Squishy's on the counterattack. This one out to Garrett G. This has been so fast-paced, we can't even have time to break down something because we're already seeing another counterattack happen right before our eyes, James.
But you could see the options changing in a heartbeat. You had the demos coming. Garrett was like, all right, I'm going to pass this to Justin. Then he sees the player coming into demo, and he's like, okay, plan B. And Taroko, massive save. This has been a delight.
I mean, Taroko, I say he's the best defender on the field right now. I'm not going to lie. He has been so good at predicting where these players on NRG are trying to get that shot. And even the pass, like we said, a couple of unfortunate events for Rogue, and they were out of position. Remember that one play that was an own goal from Rogue that lost that OT, shifted momentum. Little plays like that. Otherwise, you think Rogue are going to do something like this to him at any time. Justin backflip. Oh. And what is that touch from Taroko?
No way. Oh, what is happening? That was almost a situation where Garrett G gets bumped into a shot. But that was the brink of failure as well for Rogue in a situation where you think they might score, and then the backwards touch.
Oh, yeah. This is chaotic. It's hard to keep track of this because there's a little level of prediction that you could go for with some of these plays, but it's all getting thrown out the window, and that one almost got thrown into the top right corner. A pass to the midfield for Garrett G, and it goes off to Roko, or Turo. What is going on? Literally, what is happening, Jay?
I mean, look at this play from Garrett, who delays his shot as much as he can. But then Turo blasted that into his own net. This has been one of the craziest series when it comes to defensive challenges resulting in blisteringly fast own goals.
Yeah. Well, and it's weird because you want to say that's unlucky for Turo, but at the same time, there is a level where it's like you're trying to do too much in the rotation. There's no trust for the third man back in the net. Turo does not want to leave it up to him to get that pre-jump save, and in return, own goals it.
And Garrett with the demo. This is when NRG wants to put that final nail in the coffin. And you feel like one more goal would be enough to do it. Rogue, they've had to battle through adversity.
Yeah.
Situations that can really deflate a team. We'll see if they can come back. We know they've got the skill. The offensive firepower available for Rogue.
Well, they've got the skill, but they don't have the boost to execute on it. You've got Garrett G taking every midfield boost, then going for the bumps. We even see now his rotation has been very, very aggressive. We talked about it earlier. He's taking on that role that First Killer does, and he's countering that play style.
Hard bounce off the sidewall. Turo now. Taroko, low boost. First killer looking for a boost. Has to pre-flip to it, but he's out. Justin will take over. Garrett with another demo. Squishy setting himself up potentially for a shot, but Turo turns it away. Lob towards net. Taroko will have to hit it to the side. You're seeing Rogue be forced further back.
Yeah.
First killer with he jumped far off his own backboard.
NRG, they are so happy to take it from corner to corner, waiting for the opportunity. But first killer, he's creating opportunities himself. Double mind game. He's got the final 1v1, the flick to the middle, gets the pass, but it was saved.
First killer, he was setting it up. Garrett G now looking for the pass. Taroko missed the touch. First killer will clear it down, but that had all the makings of a goal for Rogue, and they couldn't put it together. Infield pass came in with too much heat for Turo. Squishy off to the side. NRG forced back now. Rogue not ready to give up. Infield pass broken up from Justin Garrett. Racing Taroko.
Here comes the counterattack.
Coming in. Taroko can't reach back.
Justin's there.
No boost for Justin. Taroko will save it. Rogue's still alive.
Final 10.
Trying to tap this around Garrett. Garrett stops it. It's loose. Turo must make the play here to keep it alive. The hit
Gotta
down
keep it up.
The ground. It's
The
on
bounce.
the corner. Turo has Taroko low boost.
Here he goes.
So Turo going for the air dribble. Hit down. Still left alive now by first killer. And Squishy will spike it. NRG. They come out bloody, but still victorious.
What a series. This was the first series in the playoff bracket that we see, and it was absolutely stunning. What a beautiful matchup. Rogue versus NRG. You even felt there was a small chance as that ball bounced off the backboard for Rogue to stay alive, maybe get a buzzer beater. You would have loved to see it, but you also, if you are an NRG fan, you love to see them battle back, get a little bit more aggressive, and say, you know what, we're going to take your boost. We're going to have Garrett G go for the demo. Squishy was playing fantastic defense, and I think it was Justin who got that save when first killer got the double mind game. That was a pivotal moment to win that game and close out the series.
Yeah, what a series that was. I had to check the bracket to see if I somehow time traveled to the grand finals.
Oh my god.
Because that had grand finals energy.
Yeah.
Rogue and NRG. This is just the first round, for goodness sake. This was unbelievable.
I'm already sweating. Okay, I'm losing my mind, but I'm here for it. I'm ready to see the rest of the day.
What a series. Hopefully the rest of the series can live up to that. We're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, we have Oxygen versus Rebellion.